Hey everybody, what the heck? My wife and I go to Florida to help the in-laws with some landscaping. It's nice, beautiful, 80s, 90s, sunshine. We come back home and it's April, almost the middle of freaking April, and it's freezing out here. Well, I should know better. Anyway, Kelly came home and the next morning she started getting something. Holy cow. The lighting does nothing for that. It must just be shiny white on there. Don't worry about that. Anyway, Kelly came down with something in her chest, looking like bronchitis. Well, you know what? Let's get her some stuff. I'm gonna make her some tea. Broadleaf plantain, and I think I'm gonna snip some of the spruce. It's not a fir, it's a spruce. Anyway, let me get some. Help her throat, help the inflammation go down, help the mucus, help her bronchioles relax. Let's find some in the yard and boil some up. Yeah. Typically, I will not mow this area sometimes during the summer. They're very small right now. Look at, but they usually get pretty big. Just getting some of these. Yes, sir. There is some dandelion mixed in here too. Of course, that couldn't hurt anything. That'll only help. All right, we'll be back when I'm done with this. Just picking some more here. You know, I think this year we're gonna try to do a lot of dehydrating. Dehydrating and drying, maybe making some teas, drying stuff out. The medicinal value and the nutrient value of stuff, you guys hear me talk about it all the time. The value of such things that we would just consider total weeds. Oh my gosh, it's been bred out of us generation after generation. Now what do? We poison our weeds in our yard so that we have only green, luscious grass. And then we go to the store and we buy the poison to poison the nutritious medicinal things out of our yard, like dandelions, broadleaf plantain, just about any weed you find in your yard. You actually look it up, and I bet you 98% of the time it'll be nutritious, full of nutrients, and full of medicinal value for you, for your health. And anyway, we go to the store, we buy the poison for it, poison it out of our yard. I'm picking at the same time. Hope I'm not boring you. And then we go to the store after we buy the poison. Then we go to the store and buy the food that we think is supposed to be so nutritious for us that somebody else is growing. A lot of times cutting corners in order to get volume, and we might be lacking some nutrition. Not all the time. I understand that. Okay, got some broadleaf plantain. I'm gonna go get some spruce. And forgive me, but you know, there's times I just get downright pissed at our freaking society, the way that we run to the doctor, we run to synthesized medicines. Where the freak do you think those medicines came from? Hello? Jeez. It's taken from nature, things that actually help, and they synthesize it. They create more. Meanwhile, it's right in your backyard. But what do? We've been trained to get rid of it and then run to the guys who make the drugs. Money, money, money. Oh, I forgot my scissors. Anyway, you can tell I'm a little raw about that stuff. So stupid. I hate being deceived. Look stuff up, you guys. People don't trust themselves. Start educating yourselves. There might be a time when you won't be able to get to a doctor, when you won't be able to pay their thousands or hundreds of dollars for freaking medicine that is in your own blessed backyard. Jeez. Foraging. I was watching a foraging video the other day of different things around that you literally can eat. I mean, I've got burdock all around my property. Hello. Same thing, nutritious and medicinal for you. Anyway, and I was looking at the different things, the plants, and I realized that is what I stinking weeded out of my garden. last year. Like every 4 out of 5 things that I took out of my garden last year was actually good for me. I could have weeded my garden and made a salad with what I weeded. Crazy nutritious. Anyway, we are here at the red spruce tree, one of them. Oh my gosh, my hands are freezing. All right, so I'm just gonna take a few ends off. There's one. Boom. And let's get a couple more tenders. Let's take that one and that one. All right, and we will throw those in there. So glad we cleared out already the old broccoli plants and getting ready. You know, when we cleared this out, we had broccoli seeds all over the place. We had tomato seeds, jalapeno pepper seeds all over, just from, you know, some of the leftover fruit that was there and just rotted and over winter. You know what? You guys pick them up. If you have that happen to you, pick them up and put them in some potting soil or in the ground for the spring. It works. It was designed that way. Imagine that. Okay, just chopped it up a little bit. Put about 3 cups of water in here. And we're just gonna let her simmer. Starting. Who still has their Christmas tree up? I just started to take a little whiff of that. It's starting to smell like Christmas. So I think I'm going to strain the liquid out with a very fine strainer. I guess I could use a coffee filter if I wanted to, but I actually want, if there's really fine particulates in there, I kind of want that. It's all the tender vittles, all the good stuff. I don't want to like totally strain everything out. I want all the nutrients from those plants into that water. And I'm sure my wife is going to be a little leery of it because the broadleaf plantain, it has a very earthy taste to it. If you've seen some of my videos, you know, I've eaten it with a salad or just that, plus some stuff out of the garden, as well as all alone. It has an earthy, very strong taste to it. But I honestly think that the spruce tree, oh man, I think that actually will give it a little extra Christmassy. Plus, we'll probably throw honey in there anyway, you know. A lot of people like things sweet, but the honey helps. Starting to smell good. So I'm gonna turn down just a bit. I don't want to boil the snot out of it, so to speak. Smells good, right?
Yeah, smells good.
Well, as you can see, Eustace, the water's turning color.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the good stuff. That's all the nutrients getting into the water. It's going to help our bodies absorb it better, being in the liquid. Can't wait to try. Okay. Starting to smell like an herbal tea. I like that it's turning color. Look at that. Yeah. Look at these guys. Acting like I didn't feed them 3 times already today. These guys were eggs from the fish out in the pond in the garden. Yeah. We've known them since they were just a little fry. When their eyes were bigger than their bodies. Yeah, right? Yeah, yeah. I started with about 3 cups. So I did have some. Merry Christmas. The pine needles, they're bleached out a little bit.
Cool.
And look at that. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Reminds me of maple syrup.
I know. And Mommy can't
Says
smell it.
Smells like Christmas.
Well-
Can I smell it?
It's actually mixing with the pungent smell of the broadleaf plantain, but it does have a little bit of pine initially.
It does make me reminisce.
Yeah. Look at that. It looks like tea. Imagine that.
I have to put this in
3 times a day.
3 times a day. Okay.
It's really hot. Nope.
Good luck,
No.
you two.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do you think? Smell it. Of course, you being a little congested. Reminiscent of pine tree. She sipped it before I did.
It doesn't taste like anything.
It doesn't taste like anything. It reminds me of broadleaf plantain. It tastes like tea. It tastes like tea.
Well, I can't taste anything because I just had a cough drop before this, so
It has
that's
a
all I'm tasting.
it has a little bit of broadleaf plantain. I honestly don't know the volume of what I should have gotten, but it does have a little piney aftertaste. It actually, you could trick yourself into thinking it's like a freaking Tetley tea thing. Would you like honey? Honey's good for you.
Honey,
What you got?
Put it in. Okay, enough.
That's for you, honey. You want a full spoon?
Oh yeah.
That's a good. Honey is what? Good antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. Never goes bad.
You don't play around with honey.
You don't play around with honey? I play around with honey all the time. So we're gonna try this. We should do this 3 times a day and see if that helps. From what you learned and read today, tell our wonderful people.
Any pine and spruce tea is good. Broadleaf plantain tea is good for all bronchial inflammation, for a common cold or bronchitis.
Let alone it's full of vitamins. One of my very first videos was done on broadleaf plantain. Go back and check out all the vitamins it's full. A lot of this stuff is very medicinal to help you with issues, as well as just full of nutrients. That's probably why it's
But just make
good.
sure you get the unfiltered honey. The raw, unfiltered honey has the benefits.
I didn't
Necessarily.
find that in the yard though.
No.
Yes, raw honey, raw honey, raw honey. Just like your natural stuff out in your yard, raw honey. You don't want them to pasteurize or screw around with it, killing all the good stuff in it.
Now this is good.
It's good. A success?
Yes.
So out in the yard,
Not that
picking
it
up.
tasted like much of anything anyhow. So
Well, I can taste it, and I think it actually tastes like just a simple herbal tea.
I taste a faintness of honey. That's all I seem to taste.
Well, you like honey.
I like honey.
Love you.
Love you too.
To your health. Didn't even grimace. It's not a nasty taste. I'm not faking it. It actually tastes good. It tastes like almost like
It
that
just tastes like a tea.
ginger
I'm
turmeric
assuming.
tea. Well, maybe
Even
mine's
the
different
cough
here.
drop, I could only taste it slightly. So I think my taste buds are off. So.
It's very mild, and it's very dark, just like.
You
Initially.
should take this and cut another piece like this and put them side by side to see if the color changes different.
How much juice was taken out?
Yeah.
All right.
That's cleaner.
There's the different colors. Before simmering, after simmering. And that stuff, broadleaf plantain, technically could still be eaten. You want some? What?
No, thank you.
What's this? See this? Yum.
Good.
Soft like cooked spinach. Hardly any of that strong pungent taste that it normally would have straight raw. Probably because it's all in the tea. The tea.
The tea.
All right, guys, so you don't have to stop with just those 2 ingredients. What else would be good in there?
Cardamom,
If you have cardamom in your
turmeric.
cupboard, turmeric, those help
Very
with
good for inflammation.
inflammation all the way around.
See your cinnamon,
Oh, cinnamon.
if you like cinnamon.
Man, that cardamom and cinnamon would totally make it almost taste like a chai latte type of
Yeah, it would.
a Christmas drink.
Christmas chai latte.
Mm.
We should try that next.
That's right. And there's only 259 days till Christmas, so always try it.
Yep.
But helping us get better with stuff in the yard, guys. Just like my rant earlier. It's right around you all the time. Educate yourself. Bye.
Bye.
Well, drink your tea.
Okay. Then lay down.
Then lay down.
Okay.
We should have a few more cups of this before the night's over.